Welcome to the Celebrity Bucket List presented by Dwayne Reed of the Walgreens family. Each week we take a celebrity, find out what inspires and motivates them, and through their bucket list we fulfill their dreams.
If I want a bucket list, this is my bucket list.
Welcome to another Celebrity Bucket List presented by Walgreens. We're here in New York City on the Great White Way. Let's meet author Jodi V2 and find out why she picked Avenue Q to fulfill her bucket list.
Awesome.
Why is this your bucket list?
I have been involved in theater for a really long time. When I was in junior high school, I played Eliza in My Fair Lady. That was my big claim to fame. When my kids got older and they were roughly about middle school age, we realized there wasn't really a middle school musical theater program. And so a friend and I started a teen musical theater troupe, and I wrote original musicals that the kids could perform. And we wanted to add this kind of community service component to it. So we began to take these musicals performed by the Trumbull Hall Troupe and donate the money that we made from admissions and tickets to charities, local charities. It's been an amazing experience to see kids, especially the ones who come on stage at first and can't even whisper their names, they're so scared, get to a point where they have starring roles because they gain confidence and they gain a skill. All of my kids have gone through our little theater production program, and they are all excellent public speakers. They all are very good on their feet. There are all these transferable skills in theater that I think people forget about. It's one of the reasons arts is really so important in education. So for me, coming here is this is my dream. What I do for fun is I go see Broadway musicals because I love them, and I'm blown away by the coordination, the talent, the lyrics, the book. I mean, anything that makes it this far to Broadway is a remarkable thing. But I never really understood, well, what is it like, really, on Broadway? It's a whole different level than when you're doing theater, even in a big opera house in your community. That's what I wanted to know.
Right now you have all this joy because you're going to be acting in a play.
Yeah,
right?
And a lot of fear, healthy
and a lot of healthy fear, because your family is going to experience you doing this,
right? Yeah.
Right? What happens when you're writing a book?
It's very solitary. I can tell you that the only person I think in my family who really knows what I do for a living is my daughter, because she did it with me. She actually sat next to me for 8 hours a day working on a book, and she toured 3 continents with me to promote the book. And it's not all champagne and truffles, it's a lot of hard work, and she gets it. It's really hard to describe the creative process, because it is different for everyone. And for me, it means sitting at a computer up in the attic, staring at a screen for 8 hours a day and feeling characters. Really, it's almost as if I am watching a play. I imagine writing as if I'm seeing something that none of you can see, and I'm just telling you what I can see. My novels are pretty dark, they're tough, they're about very controversial ideas. They are often about things that are hard for people to want to discuss. And I like writing that kind of stuff. I really enjoy poking things with a stick that are going to be contentious. When I started writing my plays, one of the great joys was being able to work with my son on a writing project that was light and funny and fluffy. My plays, they're funny. The kids' plays
that we do.
Release.
Sounds like a release.
Totally. And Jake will tell you he's the funny one. It's not true. I'm the funny one.
Coming up,
I always say that I tend to write about questions I can't answer. And what's interesting for me is I've seen an evolution in the kinds of questions I ask.
the Celebrity Bucket List is brought to you by more information on the show, please log on to Facebook/The Celebrity Bucket List.
Antes de SK Energy, después de SK Energy.
Señor, Colin Kaepernick, la nueva imagen de SK Energy.
How you doing, Colin?
Él no habla español.
Un representante que no habla español.
Es el mejor futbolista del mundo.
Never played this.
Tú me dijiste que era el mejor futbolista del mundo.
Sí, fútbol americano.
Me and you, a little rendezvous, that special something that will carry you through, that little reward for all the things you do.
Luscious, creamy filling combined with our slow-melting chocolate. The one and only Ghirardelli Squares chocolate for all the things you do. Only from Ghirardelli. Try our caramel now with sea salt.
Here is a track from Out of Sight.
Sorry.
Oh, hey, and check out that new look from Pepsi.
I don't know why, but today I feel a little bit different. Oh, I feel like I woke up this morning and I can change the world. I can change the world. I guess it's true, yeah. Love me till my heart starts.
What is a good novel to you?
A good novel is one that I can't put down. I'm constantly thinking about it when I do close the book. I am worrying about the characters after I've turned the last page. There are moments in the book where I will have to take myself out of the experience just to go, God, that was such a pretty sentence. That's what I look for in a book.
The things that inspired you to get into writing, do they still inspire you?
Yeah, I always say that I tend to write about questions I can't answer. And what's interesting for me is I've seen an evolution in the kinds of questions I ask. When I first started writing, I was asking myself a lot of questions about relationships. Are they ever 50-50? You know, how do you trust somebody that you're going to be with forever? I was writing a lot about the relationship between parents and children, but from the point of view of the child, you know, looking at what it was like to be growing up around my parents. As I've gotten older, I see that changing, and I see this whole core of books that I wrote, which are all the really scary things that can happen to kids. Because as a mom, that was my biggest fear. You know,
right.
What if your kid is kidnapped? What if your kid gets a horrible, fatal disease? What if your kid winds up at, you know, in the middle of a school shooting? All of those things are the things that I worried so much about as a mom when my kids were younger. And I always joke around and say, you know, eventually I'm going to start writing about how do you put your parents into a retirement community or something, because, you know, as my life continues to progress, I imagine the questions that I ask will continue to be different.
If you were going to change things in the world from your writing,
Yes.
what can you do?
You can absolutely change the world. I really do believe that. I think you change it one mind at a time. And that's why writing is such an important discipline, and that's why writing about contentious subjects is so important. Because even if you can get one person to pick up a book about an issue that they might have a certain opinion on, but have never really asked themselves, well, why is my opinion this? Why do I believe this about gay rights, or why do I believe this about gun control, or you know, or any of the other really topical things that I've chosen to write about? They may, for the first time, be hearing the other side. They may never have heard that. Most of us learn our opinions at our parents' knees, and to be able to evaluate why you think the way you think, every now and then leads someone to write me a letter that says, hey, you know what? Actually, I think maybe I was wrong. And you're not always going to change someone's mind, and I'm never going to say that their opinion is more worthy than my opinion, but I do hope my book will make you think and make you have a discussion.
Tonight, you're performing.
Yeah.
Fear?
I am not so afraid of the audience. You know, I'm saying this now, of course, but you know, I don't feel like having 1,000 faces out there, 300 faces is going to freak me out. I do that all the time. I stand up in front of 1,000 people every time I'm on book tour. What I'm more worried about is that this is a whole set of skills I'm not used to doing. I don't want to screw up anything for anyone else in this ensemble because they're such a tight group and they're so sweet. You know, they're great people. I just want to be where I need to be, and I don't want to do this when I should be doing this. And you know, I mean, it's hard to remember everything in order.
Ready to go take on the play?
I'm gonna try.
Coming up.
So if you bring your arm just up a little like more erect, yeah, and your hand a little further that way, and then it gives you a little more movement with just the head. Yeah, that's great.
The Celebrity Bucket List is brought to you by For more information on the show, please log on to Facebook / The Celebrity Bucket List.
A Febreze experiment. To prove Febreze can keep this car fresh, we loaded it with fast food, sweaty hockey gear, and a smelly dog cage, and parked it at a mall in Texas for 2 days. Then put a Febreze car vent clip on the dash and let in real people.
It smells good. Like laundry fresh out of like the dryer. Yeah. A man fresh out of the shower. Nailed it. Ooh, yeah.
Proof Febreze car vent clips keep your car fresh. Another way Febreze helps you breathe happy.
Till my heart starts.
All right, we're inside the theater. Jodi, ready to start your bucket list?
I am.
Okay, let's go on inside. You're gonna get going.
I'm ready.
Let's
do
go.
it. Let's do
I'll
it.
follow you. All right, Jodi. Christine.
Hello.
This is Christine
Hi.
Jodi,
Nice
stage
to meet
manager,
you. Nice to meet you.
woman who
Welcome.
makes all the magic happen.
Thank you.
A lot of help.
Thank
You're
you for doing
welcome.
this.
I'm so glad you're here. This is going to be great. The first thing we're going to do is shoot you into a costume fitting. We have a whole list of things that you can do. You're going to be doing some sort of a variegated ensemble part, but there's going to come a point with all the information we're going to give you, with all the blocking. You may come to a point where you're done, where your brain has just said, I've done enough, and I want you to look at me and say, I'm done.
Those are big, Jodi.
All right, a lot of pressure. All right.
Okay, go on in.
Thanks. I go in this. Right. Okay. And then I'm holding
Hold with your right hand. You're gonna hold the top of this sleeve. Like that? No, you actually don't have to hold this part. With your left hand, you're gonna hold this sleeve open from the top. Just like that. And then I'm gonna come around here. Put my left hand in first. And then I'm gonna put right hand in. We're all good to go.
So the way the scene goes, after you've gotten there, you've sat down. As you're kneeling, you're going to hear phone ringing.
Ring. Hello.
Hello, Catherine. This is your employer calling. Good morning, Mrs. Thistletoit.
As you may know, I have an appointment for heart replacement surgery next week, and I need you to teach my class in the morning. I will probably need until the lunch break to recover.
I get to teach all by myself?
I trust you, Catherine, and you may choose the subject.
Wow, thanks, Lavinia.
Catherine, when you call me by my first name, the children don't respect me.
Sorry, Mrs. Thistletoit.
Thank you. Yeah.
Very good. You're right, you can't really see around that thing, can you?
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. Oh, my thing isn't in there, that's why. Yeah, I was like, no, why is it so hard? I would much rather be left.
Okay.
Is that okay?
You should, yes.
In this, in the pet puppy,
You should do whatever your strong side is.
Okay.
So you feel there's like a thumb grip
I do.
in there and like a finger on top that you can sort of.
I
so
do.
you kind of,
I
it's
do.
kind of like
I feel
this. Yeah. So if you bring your arm just up a little like more erect, yeah, and your hand a little further that way. If you think of the focus as like from your middle finger out, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a little more erect, and then it gives you a little more movement with just the head. Yeah. That's great. I'll meet you over here.
Okay. And am I putting my hand in?
You are.
Oh,
Put
there it
your
is.
right hand in there, yeah. So
Okay.
it'll be the same as
Yep.
Mrs. Thistletoit.
Help the homeless.
Do you want me to do anything?
If you want, yeah, you can put it on.
Help the homeless.
Help the homeless. If you put your palm down.
Anything like that?
Yeah, exactly. It's like
Anything.
about yourself. Yeah. So it's not too fast.
Yep.
Exactly.
Back to the greenery.
Great. Okay. Oh, you got my hand.
Do you want another one, Jen, or are you okay?
I had her.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's the same rules that apply to Nikki in keeping him upright. Okay. So he's flying a little bit as you speak. But you're also going to be bent down to people, so it's not going to be as big a deal. But I'm just pointing it out.
Give me your money. You got something, right? Come on, even $1.
When puppets go up and down stairs, they have to look at the steps. So you can.
So does Jodi.
So does Jodi. So use that as a very good excuse to be safe and watch every edge.
How's that feel?
It's intense.
Is it? In what way?
Well, because it's hard to remember. It's really hard to do it twice. Like, by the way, you know, 300, 400, 400.
When you see them doing, what does that make you?
They're so good at it. It's a muscle. I wish I had muscle.
They're going to love what you're doing no matter what. They're going to enjoy it. You're putting good energy out there. You're enjoying it. It's going to go really well. That's the important thing.
Yay, let me say.
Coming up.
Got money? You gotta have something. Give us something. Money? Got some money? Come on. Thank you.
When we're here in New York City taping our show, there's only one place to get all our supplies. Dwayne Reed of the Walgreens family. Come on, let's go. You know, in all my travels, there's one thing I know for sure. Sickness can really put a damper on your routine. During the day, I have to work, and at night, I have to sleep. But a severe cold makes me miserable around the clock. That's why I have some Mucinex Fast Max Severe Cold, as well as their nighttime cold and flu. Whenever I'm sick, the severe cold helps to relieve my daytime symptoms, while the nighttime cold and flu helps to calm me and to get me to sleep. I can't live without it. When I need my everyday chocolate fix, these Ghirardelli squares are great. These slow melting chocolates have so many flavors like milk and caramel, dark and raspberry, and dark and mint. But my personal favorite is a combination of salty and sweet. Dark chocolate and sea salt caramel. Buttery caramel with a touch of sea salt. Another item I have to pick up is the Febreze Fabric Refresher. Febreze eliminates odors from the air and is fantastic for fabrics that are hard to wash or don't get washed very often. We like using it as a part of our weekly cleaning routine by misting it on upholstery, curtains, the carpet, and beds to keep every room smelling fresh. Febreze is easy to use and a really great item to have. You know, my daughter Lindsay loves to stump me with trivia. Well, here's a good one for her. Did you know the people of Okinawa, Japan have the longest lifespan? It's true. Their secret is traced to their healthy diet. this product, Okinawa Life, that brings nutrition to you. It features 3 essential components: soy isoflavones found in the tofu of Okinawa called shima tofu, which helps protect the body, zadori, which helps aid digestion, and lastly, goya, a bitter melon, which is the nutritional king of the Okinawan diet. Okinawa Life, the key to a more active life. You know, every once in a while, I need the perfect snack, but staying healthy is important to me too. I exercise daily, and I'm careful about what I eat, which is why Kind bars are one of my favorite snacks. They're made from ingredients I can see and pronounce, and they're packed with heart-healthy fats and proteins that keep me fuller longer. They're great for on the go, and they're available in delicious flavors like peanut butter dark chocolate, and my favorite, dark chocolate nuts and sea salt. Kind is focused on making the world a kinder place. You know, with my busy schedule, sometimes I need a boost of good energy that won't crash. That's why I drink SK Energy shots. SK Energy is my good energy. SK's convenient size means I can take it on the plane to conquer jet lag and keep it in my gym bag to power through my workouts. SK has natural caffeine made from green coffee beans, so it energizes me naturally without compromising my health. And it tastes great too, with 100% natural flavors. No wonder SK was voted #1 in energy by consumers like me. Did you know that the master chocolatiers at Lindt have been making chocolate beyond compare for over 165 years? Well, if you're looking to indulge in delicious premium chocolate, try one of their most amazing creations, the Lindor Truffle. Its delicate shell and smooth melting center are irresistible. Whether you prefer the classic milk chocolate truffle or looking to try something new like Lindor Caramel, I know I'm going to pick up Lindor milk chocolate truffles for my daughter Marty because it's her favorite. You know, when I'm thirsty, my drink of choice has always been iced tea. And my favorite, without a doubt, is Pure Leaf. I love the fact that they use only natural ingredients and that the tea is brewed from real tea leaves picked at their peak instead of from a tea powder. Master tea blenders pick the leaves from all over the world, then fresh brew them, resulting in a much smoother, consistent taste that never disappoints. These new sleek bottles are lighter and easier to take on the go, perfect for my active lifestyle.
Love me till my heart starts.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, you pick a word.
Pick a word.
Cast. Cast. 1, 2, 3. Cast!
I think that she's probably a little bit more nervous than she is normally when she has to do some kind of a performance. I mean, she's normally going on in front of a bunch of people talking about a book that she wrote that she knows everything about. This is something totally new for her. So, I mean, I'm really excited to see her up on stage. I think that she's probably very excited to try something new, but a little bit nervous about being put in someone else's shoes.
This is a dream come true for her. It's really an absolute highlight. She's been singing the lyrics to the songs all the way down from New Hampshire. It's been quite a ride. It's been an amazing ride for me, and I know that this is something that she'll remember the rest of her life.
Hello? Hello. This is your employer calling. Good morning, Mrs. Thistlethwaite. I have an appointment for heart replacement surgery next week, and I need you to teach my class in the morning. I will probably need until the lunch break to recover.
I get to teach all by myself?
I trust you, Catherine, and you may choose the subject.
Wow, thanks, Lavinia.
Catherine, when you call me by my first name, the children don't respect me.
Sorry, Mrs. Thistlethwaite.
Thank you.
Finally.
Internet is for poor. Strictly. Internet is for calling. Care much about my underwear. Still, nonetheless, I gotta say that I'm not wearing underwear today.
Get a job!
Thank you, honey, but don't move a muscle, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with our headline performer.
Say, Tricky, you never leave your apartment. What made you drag your furry ass out here?
Please see pictures of next singer on internet. There's an empty table.
Let's grab it.
Ladies first.
Princeton, you're such a gentleman.
You too.
She's hanging in there. Help the homeless! Help the homeless! Oh, hi, Rod.
Is that the wind I hear rustling through the branches?
It's your old buddy, Nicky. Huh? Rod, listen. From now on, I'll believe anything you say about yourself. And I apologize for being such a messy roommate. Now that I have a place of my own behind that dumpster over there, I can appreciate how hard it is to keep things nice. See you around.
Ready? Yeah. Here we go. Give us your money. If you have others.
Got money? You gotta have something. Give us something. Money? Got some money? Please, please, come on. You're reaching. I know you've got something. Come on. Thank you.
$1.
Woo!
How about you? Anything?
More? Got something? No? Thank you.
Before you go home that I am actually wearing underwear. Who wants to see? A couple of sickos, no. Just what you guys are here, you can sit for a second. You're here for a very special night. You probably noticed some cameras here tonight. We have a new cast member with us this evening, and her, she is world-renowned and New York Times best-selling author, Jodi V2.
Jodi, how did it go?
It was unbelievable. It was a great experience.
Lifelong dream come true?
Absolutely. Even better.
Oh boy. Killing me. How'd she do?
Thank you, Jodi. And we'll see you next week on the Celebrity Bucket List.
All over. How did Jodi do?
Well, you know, she did all right. I would say a B+.
Just a
But,
B+?
you know, it was the first day, so you do have to give it
Very
some
critical.
credit.
You're being very critical.
No, Jodi did amazingly well. I'm so surprised she didn't do this for an hour. She was incredible and really so much fun, and like had the best attitude about it. So.
Thank you.